How tough was today offensively for you guys to move the ball?
Yeah, I think it was just a tough day in general. Whenever you're playing a SEC football game, you're playing someone that is your rival, and you don't go out there and you don't execute the way that you want to. At the end of the day, we didn't do what winning requires today. All right, we turned the ball over. We took some negative plays. We had self-inflicted wounds with penalties. We didn't do what winning required today, and that's on us as coaches. It's on us as players. That's on us as an entire unit that we got to watch the film, be accountable to, and respond the right way.
Is that a big moment at the end of the half, not getting any points out of that drive?
Yeah, it's a huge moment at the end of the half. I mean, you talk about winning the middle eight, and we had an opportunity right there to at least probably get 3 points, and we didn't do that. And so that was a bad deal right there.
How do you get the run game going?
Huh?
How do you get the run game going? It's been kind of slow as of late. How do you guys pick it or find a way to move the ball on the ground more as opposed through the air?
Yeah, I actually thought we did some good things on the ground today. You know, whenever you look at it, the sacks were a big killer, and the penalties were a big killer too. So that kind of killed some momentum whenever we thought we were really rolling with it pretty well. And so again, you got to do what winning requires. And whenever you don't do what winning requires, it's funny how you everything stops and the momentum stops right there. But I actually thought we did some really good stuff running the football today. We had some good advantages and numbers in certain situations. And so again, you got to address the film, you got to watch it, and you got to keep on getting better.
John was kind of self-critical of his own preparedness for this game. Just curious what you saw out of him in practice this week. I know he didn't get really clear to play until Thursday.
Yeah, John was true to his process, true to his film watching, and the practice that he did get to go do this week, he was really, really intentional with it. And so there's a lot of things on the film today that he did really well, and then there's some things on the film where I think he'll be mad about some ball placement and maybe where his eyes were in a few things. But John's a competitor. John's a tough kid. John's a very self-aware kid, and I know he'll respond the right way.
Did you get the sense that he was inhibited by the film at all during the game, or did it seem like he was good?
No, I didn't get that sense at all.
When you look just at the week in general and how it went about, how did you feel about it? Were you behind John the entire way, or were you having to wait until late in the week to find out if he had?
Well, I mean, I was behind both John and Mike the entirety of the week because I trust both those guys. I have confidence in both of those guys. I said it all week. John Mateer knows his body better than anybody else, and nobody wanted to put him in a compromising position. And whenever he said he was ready to play and the doctor said that he was ready to play, everybody had full confidence in that. So there no doubt or anything about any of that.
You don't think it affected preparations or anything?
No. He was true to his process. He was really, really good in practice, both physical reps and mental reps. Just today he had some bad ball placement issues and had some poor eyes in some situations, some things that he wished he probably had back. But no, I don't think it affected him being ready for the game at all.
You lost another offensive tackle today.
Yeah.
How difficult was that to try to overcome that with the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to feel sorry for you about it. Next man up, and I thought Luke Boklenko came in there and competed his butt off. I was really proud of him. So, just got to continue to keep on getting those guys healthy in a way that is conducive to them, but also conducive to the offense as a whole. And so it's never easy whenever a big man goes down. They don't just make a lot of big guys who are athletic and can move. We just got to... It happened. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. There ain't no time for excuses. So we gotta keep on moving forward.
John, you talked about just this week in the preparation, but what were the past 17 days like for him? And what did it say about him that he wanted to be in pads last week? That he wanted to play as soon as he could? I think Brent Venables called it gutsy. Just what does it say about him the last 17 days and how he handled it?
It speaks to the kid that he is, the leader that he is, and the competitor that he is. He wanted to be there with his team. He wanted to let his team know that he has their back because they've always had his back. He's a great young man. He's a great teammate, and he's a great leader.
Can you describe what kind of broke down at the end of the half, how that drive went down? You guys take over with 4.5 minutes left and don't get anything out of it. It looked like a 4-minute possession instead of a 2-minute possession. Yeah,
I mean, it was. I thought we did a really good job of kind of bleeding the clock down, able to move the ball in different ways, throwing and running. And we were just right there in the situation where there's 10 seconds on the clock. We didn't have any timeouts left. And so 10 seconds, hey, let's take a shot to the end zone. If it's not there, okay, try not to force it, throw it away. And that was just one of those moments right there that we didn't execute the way that we needed to. because in that exact situation, you would have loved to come out with a field goal, go up 9-3 at half.
John talked about a lot about his eyes. You talked about his eyes. Was Texas doing anything that maybe surprised you guys as far as defensive coverage is concerned?
I mean, I wouldn't say anything that just surprised us. Nothing that they necessarily haven't shown on film. They may have done some things at a higher frequency than they have in other games, but nothing that you couldn't see, especially after the first 2 drives. And so, I think there's a lot of things that can affect your eyes. It's not necessarily the back end. There's some things that can be going on right in front of you. Maybe you feel a little bit of pressure and you think you got to get the ball out a little bit quicker than you do, or you got to flush and run. But no, I mean, it wasn't anything too bizarre.
I know everybody knows how tough the schedule is down the stretch, and you've been with John for a while now. What have you seen out of him, just getting to know him as a player that's going to help him grow out of this experience?
He's accountable to himself. He's really aware of himself. He's his harshest critic, and he loves his teammates. And so, John welcomes challenges. He welcomes adversity, and he attacks it head on, and he brings other people with him. And so really excited for John on this back half of the season.
With him being his harshest critic, like you mentioned, just what was your message to him? Obviously the schedule doesn't get any easier, but what was your post-game message to him in the offense about moving forward and putting this one behind him?
Yeah, I said, hey guys, nobody's going to feel sorry for Oklahoma. Nobody. We got to get in tomorrow, watch the film, address what needs to be addressed, put it to bed, and then we got to get going to work, because South Carolina ain't going to feel sorry for us. Nobody else is. So you got to be open and honest with yourself whenever you're watching it, and move forward accordingly.
Ben, you talked about John's ball placement a couple times and his eyes being in bad place. Was there ever a thought to go to Michael at any point during the game, or even in the fourth quarter?
The discussion never came up. No, I mean John felt good, and he was still doing some really good things out there on the field, and so no.
Ben, how are you looking to get that tight end room more involved than it was today?
I mean, there's different things that you can do. I mean, but at the end of the day, you got to do what the game requires. I don't think a tight end came off the field all day, and so we were in a lot of 11 and 12 personnel sets all day, so they were a big part of what we had going on today. And yeah, but you got to keep on finding ways to get your players the ball.
I know you're going to get all the questions have been about John, but as an offense, you had some bad penalties today. You had a hold that took away a 33-yard run that really would have helped you. How do you attack that as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, you have to keep on addressing things that lose football games, right? You can't beat Oklahoma. At the end of the day, you can't beat Oklahoma, and that's hand placement, body position. You can't give the ball to the other team, and so you have to continue to show those kids, hey, whenever we do something bad, right, this is why we did it, and then go back. You have to revert back to your basic training, okay? It always comes down to the basics, and penalties and turnovers, more times than not, it's just lack of doing the basics right. So you got to keep on stressing the basics and affirming whenever they do it really well.